Praise God. Let me give it as testimony. When I was preaching, it came to a point I became very bold. I became very bold. That boldness manifested from the reality of where I came from. So it was not fake, and it was not temporal. I will always be that way. I will always be that bold. But it doesn't make me proud. Just boldness. Off the fan, come this side. Off that fan, it's making noise. Come this side. Where is your husband now? Your husband. Come here, you. Is this one is still making noise? Why didn't you off it? Keep on looking. You know, if you don't have eyes, you will not be free from vanity. I said you will not be what? And you know, the angel of death is the spirit of vanity. The angel of death, he kills people by vanity. You know, I know him. I'm the only person who knows him. That's why when I see his heart, I will be very, very angry. I know his heart. What do I say? No, I know his, like in that altar there, I was very bold. I preach like a god. Because I will be 61 in June. I know what it takes. I know what it takes to be this way. We are not two on earth. Not even on earth. We are not two in eternity. Talking about age is a joke. I said eternity. It's not about it. When I'm done with my race, you understand what I'm saying. I'm not done yet, but I'll get done with my race. I want to open your eyes to show you why some people are powerless. Why? Yes, why some people are powerless. They live on earth without boldness. They cannot interpret tomorrow. So they are frustrated. Now, if you don't know what tomorrow keeps, there's no way you can avoid frustration now. If you don't know what tomorrow keeps, then you can't avoid frustration. And then because the earth is wounded and is fallen, so what he tried to do is try to manipulate people. He tried to manipulate ordinary people. I said try to. Yes, and let me give to you as a testimony. Why I am 100% around it is because the angel have already kept me from marriage. But even if I have married, I will only marry for a short time. You see, because this thinking, I can't change. And a woman can't cope with it. Because a woman is an ordinary being. I say a woman is an ordinary being. She's just an ordinary person. I say a woman is an ordinary person who lives from environment. That's why a lot of things makes meaning to her. It doesn't make meaning to me. Did you hear what I said? Huh? I said just like I'm living in somebody's house, and I'm this much. Huh? Reverend David told you that he came from Meduguri to tell me about house. He said it in the open now. He came from Meduguri to discuss his house with me. And Reverend David is my son. I'm not talking about Lagos. Excuse me. Can you build Kanu Church without having a house? It's not possible. That Kanu Church. When I was about to come, Apostle he used to be like nice guy. He said to me, he said, Shepherd, I know why you want to go to Lagos. I would have gone. Come this side. There's a seat for you. Your wife is different. Are you calling him there? So he told me that he cannot leave Kano. So I said, why? He said his children has grown. So I said, bye-bye. I want to give you power. Immediately, as you're hearing me, you have power. The single eye of every great man. The single eyes of every great man. Now, if you meet a man or a woman, I want you to be able to interpret her from the way she relates with confusion. From the way she relates with fat. F-A-C-T. If you meet a man, now that way he relates with confusion or fat is what is called power. Now, when God wants to make people great, Father, have your way in Jesus' name. When God wants to make people great, he singles their eyes. Now, when he singles their eyes, he saves them. Now, as early as possible, their lives, we have definition, proper definition. If you look at the book of Genesis, chapter 39, just verse 6, I want to bring out something from Joseph. Genesis chapter 39. Is it? 37, verse 7. For behold, we were binding sheaves, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. Yes. Now, the sheaf stood upright. The shield stood upright from eyes. The other one that made obeisance, they made obeisance from blindness. Don't forget that blindness is complicated and very subtle. So it doesn't allow you to see him. Not like foolishness. When I say that something is subtle, it doesn't allow you to see it. That it is manipulative. And then that is what Satan uses to diminish people so that they can be ordinary. He likes it. He like making a man ordinary, so that maybe he can wake up in the morning and he will bring something in your body, and another person who is an idiot, who is so powerless and confused, will start recommending to you the hospital you should go to. As if though a doctor has power to heal. As if the hospital delivers from death. But it is lack of the eyes. I said it is. That deny that person greatness. Don't forget, when people lack eyes, so many things make meaning to them. When they lack eyes, they wouldn't know what matters. When their eyes is single, they will look at so many directions. I mean, when their eyes are multiple, they will look at, and then a lot of things matters to them, ordinary. And then they interpret God the way God is not. I don't know what did I say very well? I said they interpret. They interpret God the way He is not, and make wrong priorities, and then fade. I tell you something. It is not possible to be single-eyed without being great. It's not possible. It's not possible to be single-eyed without being powerful. If you look at the Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5, I am going to still continue with eyes in the second share, so I want you to get it. Sons of Solomon.
I am glad that coming, O you daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Caleb, as the causes of spring.
Is it what you read? Sons of Solomon, chapter 1, verse number 15.
Behold, thou art fair, my Lord.
He said, behold, thou art fair.
Behold,
Behold, thou art fair. Thou have dove eyes. Now, sit down. The word fair there, please, this is not about, it's not physical appearance the Bible is talking about. It's talking about greatness. He said, because your eyes is like the eye of a dove. I have never seen one person that understand these eyes the way Sons of Solomon said it, that were taken for granted. That's why I said, when I was preaching, I said, if you're 30 years and the people cannot define you properly, people cannot, no, the 30 years there is wound. You have not started doing some things radically. After 30 years, now wow, you don't have chance, excuse me. Is it because the spirit that steals people's life, first of all, confuses them? Did I say very well? I said the spirit must confuse them. The spirit brings their life to where a lot of things will matter to them. Sometimes some people come to me and say, Sheba, you need this. I say, excuse me. Did you say I need? He said, yes. I said, are you me? You have a problem. You must be mad. You're telling me what I need. You're a mad human being. Need like how? Am I the one that need or you? Now these are things that are natural for man. They will say, after all. But my eyes is already single. It's already single. Already. Now if you look at chapter 4:1, and then that normal place we read in 6:22 of Matthew, but 4:1. You know, can you look up before you read it? You know, a lot of brothers, it may be even somebody or sisters, it may be even somebody who is here, instead of developing a character of a rich man, you'll be looking for money. Money cannot make you rich now. If you keep on looking for money, you'll keep looking for it. The more you get it, the more you waste it. Because you don't even know what to do with it. The more you get it, the more you finish it. Because some people, the only thing they know about money is spending it. Now that part of them that want to buy new clothes every time, new shoe every time, is a wounded part. I say it's what? It's a part that is not fruitful. Because what they are trying to buy does not add anything to them. But because they are very small in nature, they can't know it. The ancients, who are foundations of testamental values, like John the Baptist, he came to wear animal skin to show us the way. But we read it and we don't care about it. He needed that strength. He needed that strength. That strength to be able to do that kind of work that will last forever. Now, when Jesus came, they crucified him nude. What? Huh? They crucified him nude. Just to tell us, this is him now. Just to tell us that, excuse me, this is what matters. He's not just a savior. He's a model. He's a role model. Why we don't have light in Africa? We don't have light in Africa. Nepal will not be there. The other one will not be there. Water will not be there. It's because Africans are dark and valueless. 220 million of people who can produce anything. And then they said that one man, Tinubu, is their problem. How? How can one man be problem of 220 million people? And then the people have not, you see, because they cannot be processed. They cannot be processed by people. They need an ideological father to take a section and start processing them into value so that they can live. As long as Nigeria is this way it is, there's no future. There's no future now. All these politicians are criminals. They said that Tinubu is the one spoiling Nigeria. Don't listen. Don't listen to them. Tinubu is one of the best leaders Nigeria have. One person cannot be a country's problem. After all, God gave us a ruler like us. All this Garaga P2B is doing, P2B doesn't know where he is. One person cannot make 220 million people righteous. If P2B drag that thing he's doing, they won't even allow him to stay one month. You cannot be a holy man in the midst of so many corrupt people. They won't even allow him to win. No, would they allow him to win? No. That's why he's losing popularity now. You don't know the difference between politics. It's not. It is not. Politics is not church. Even pastors are already compromising. Don't you know that if I have wife and family and I want money from you, I will not be harsh now. No, I will not be harsh. I will take it easy with you people. I will be calling meeting. When I'm preaching, I will be looking at people's face. No, I don't look at people's face. I hit them at their head and go home. Because I'm not hungry. I don't have anything to buy. I'm already blessed. I'm already a union. Everything you have is with me. So what is it? Now, if that eyes is not single, confusion will be coming. And then when confusion comes, energy will be depleting. You see, because if your eyes is single, you will know when a distractor is talking. You will know when somebody who is confused is giving you advice. If you look at chapter 6:22 of the book of Matthew. He said, when the eyes is single, the whole body will be full of light. Matthew 6:22.
The light of the body is the eye.
The light of the body is the eyes.
Therefore, the eye is single.
Therefore, if the eyes be single,
The whole body shall be full of light.
the whole body shall be full of light. That is greatness. That is greatness. The 7 eyes of Jesus. The 7 eyes of Jesus manifested from the eyes of Christ. 7 eyes, the single eyes of Jesus manifested from the 7 eyes of Christ. Write it down in your paper. The 7 eyes of Christ. The single eyes of Jesus manifested from the 7 eyes of Christ. There is no blessing on earth that is bigger than single eyes. Those that have single eyes are not always naked. Now, when a man is living or a woman is living and she doesn't have single eyes, she will be drowned without knowing. I said the person will drown. Do you know why the person will drown? It doesn't know what matters. So a lot of things will be making meaning to him. There are some things when I see pastors do it, these BB pastors, I will just pity them. Now, when I see them do it, I know that the spirit of worldliness has already choked them to kill them. Now, if you look at me now, since Logos Time started, I have never created a pattern of expenses that rests on the church. Did you hear what I said? I said, Did you hear what I said? I said, the way Logos Time is, I've never created a pattern of expenses that rests on the church. That when it is time for me to solve those problems, I'll start depending on the church. And I will never try to do it. It will never happen as long as I'm alive. That is why I don't administer Locust Army. I don't do administration that will make me trying to oversee the churches. No. To do transaction with them, no. I will never do transaction with branch churches. I give them passive attention and I show them the way. I show them the way, give them mild administration and allow them to function. When I want to bring responsibility to them, I bring very mild responsibility. Very like look at the people now. The only time we bring responsibility to them is a time like a time like October. Is it not when we tell them to make a small contribution? That's after 10 months. Synod. 10 months. Because I'm not looking for them. Some of them don't even pay tithe of tithe. And am I bothering them? But if they do what is wrong, they will still repeat. I'll keep warning them. But there is no time in my whole life I will administer them. It's not possible. It's not with me. It will never happen. When we go to Galilee in April, after that 10 days, I will have a mind meeting with them like 2 hours or 90 minutes, and then I'm done. I will hear a few things from them. I'm done. Because when I walk out of this place by 6, my mind needs to be free. My mind. And that is the only way I can keep going. George, did I say something? Huh? That is, please let me tell you this. In generation, I would like you to hear. In generational blessings, what God tried to do is to count on lineage and produce somebody who understands single eyes. Don't you understand that the assignment of local army is extraordinarily clear to me, very clear. To after testamental. So this way I'm patterning. I don't have any chance to change. I said I don't have any chance to change. I will only go deeper into pain. Because the work is testamental. So the confusion that people are going into is for what reason? Don't you know that confusion is part of valuelessness? It is an explanation that somebody is not seeing anything clearly. And then how long will somebody live before you can pattern for definition? But you can pattern. Listen, there are devils. You separate them from your life from one decision. From one decision, they leave you, they go out of your life. When I was talking about ancient ancestral pattern, you create a pattern and the life ends. When the eyes is single, compromise will be difficult. Because you cannot lose your life. What? You can't compromise. You can't compromise. Because you're already single. You are great. Now, when that eye is single, it sees very long distance. Very long distance. Because it has curbed distraction, so it has the ability to see very far, just like the eagle. Now, if you are intelligent and you are married, or you are intelligent and somebody wants to get married to you, or you get close to somebody, from interpretation of eyes, you will know how far that person can go. The distance is in the eyes. Because the energy to win is mental, is spiritual. It has to be organized. I said the word. The energy to win has to be organized. So at a particular time, so many things cannot be important to you. Because you are just human. Joseph said to Potiphar's wife, no. He didn't want that distraction. Joseph knew he will not regret it. No. The eyes of Jesus was single until he came to the cross. He did wait. Wait. There are people that contemplate actions. He didn't contemplate. (18) of the book of John, 36 and 37. Go ahead.
Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world.
He said, my kingdom is not of this world.
My kingdom were of this world.
Yes.
Then would my servants fight.
Yes.
But I should not be delivered to the Jews.
Yes.
But now is my kingdom not from hence.
Go ahead.
I therefore said unto him, art thou a king? Then Jesus answered, thou seest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice.
Now, if you look at this statement, you will not see something that is bogus. You see somebody who says something intelligently and emphatically. Pilate said, are you a king? He said, you are the one that said it. You didn't see it there. It's an intelligent answer. Very, very intelligent answer. He doesn't try to he doesn't try to be polite. You see, because he has lost his life. He doesn't try to be polite because he is focused. Why I'm sharing it is because of lack of this. That many years we go away from people. What? Many? Excuse me. When I came into Surulere, I made priority clear. Very clear. That I want only one thing. A 3-story building church. Immediately. What? Anybody that get to me and say, Shepherd, I want to assist, I tell him straight. I didn't tell anybody two things. Since I became shepherd, I've never run 2 projects at a time. It's not possible. I will not be building in Galilee and be raising money for outreach. It's not possible for me. Because of the greatness of single eyes. That's why people surprised. If they use the word desecrate for Joseph, it means the guy has conquered confusion. Something happened to me 2 years ago, almost at the same spot. Almost at the same spot here, when it was like 2-3. As I was praying and snapping my hand, and after a time, this particular hand fixed on my palm, fastened on my palm, and connected to this nerve, and refused to move. It happened to me this time, last 2 years. As I told my finger, which one is stupidity? For what? I tried to snap it. He didn't want to snap. And meanwhile, it hooked here. I was just laughing. After 1 minute, it normalized as a shake. He just tried to tell me straight stop. But it's not under control. It's not the one that's in charge. That the hand is not. It's not the one in charge. And I remember when it happened to me that almost at that same time, 2 years, almost in the same spot. I was just laughing. There's no shame in singleness. If you like pleasing people, by the time problem comes to you, we know that you see there's nobody around. And that is why, don't joke with what you have. And those who pay attention to you. Now, the essence of vision is to make the eye single. Write it down. The essence of vision is to make the eye single. Let me tell you something that God will always do when He loves people. When God loves people, He will start a single eye project with them. And He will start early. When He defines vision, He will tell you to give it everything. And then of course you will start early. Now, there is no confused man that came in front. No, it's not possible. There's a difference between popularity and greatness. And even in greatness, there are eternal greatness. And I'm talking about eternal greatness. I'm not talking about being popular for a short time. Money can give you that. I say money. Money can give that. Position can give that. But if we will talk about you in eternity, you have to know this. When the girl Magdalene went and ran and brought her oil and broke it, that is what I mean. That's what I mean. When she broke it, she ended. She wasn't afraid. Now, there is something I want you to know about that single eyes. When she poured it upon Jesus, Jesus took it from her and closed it and gave it to her back. And then then he said to her, keep it for my burial. Why did Jesus know that girl will not go away? why did he know that that girl will be there the day he will be buried? Are there not other women? Don't joke. Oh. Joseph knew. Okay, I'm going to round it up now. When we read the scripture. If your eyes is single, you will not miss honor. But to get it is always difficult to understand what I'm teaching. And then to apply it when pressure start coming. You know, can I ask you to get, can I help you? Can you look up? Let me help you with something. You know, some of us, the vanity has overtaken you already. Let me help you very well. John, where is testimony? There's something I told him in the morning. Leave him. I used my example to tell him about his children in conversation. I gave him advice. I said, pray so that your children will not like money. That's what I told him in conversation. I said, pray so that they will not like money, but they should love greatness. They should love simple life of great men. And then I told him other things I will not tell you here. You see, because when a life is great, things will come. It doesn't even. All these showman show, they are temporal. Sure. Big car, house is gone. Wow. The best people on earth are those who create future. They are the people that create world men living. There are few men that create world other men living. But they are not everywhere. If you look at that 41:38, you see how Joseph was described. That you know, when I see people that gossip or discuss matters that doesn't concern them, I know they are idiots and they are wounded. As small as you are, you have not even taken care of yourself. And they are trying to bother about other people's matter. What about you? What have you become? Withdraw. Withdraw from people and face yourself. And withdraw from people and face yourself. And see whether you can achieve immortality for yourself. And then focus on things that make you relevant. There's a pastor was telling me something. He said he was giving that man advice. I said, come, the man you're giving advice, did he beg you for advice? So this is somebody who claimed that he knows. And you're advising him. Okay, wait. Then I said, okay, when you finish advice, did he tell you thank you? You wasted the little oxygen you have. I'm doing my last talking here. If I walk out of this place, I'm done for today. I said, I'm what? No, I'm done. Can I help you with something? That's why I don't fall sick. You can't put pressure on me. It's not possible. I don't want to be a great man that way people want it. It's not that type of great man I want to be. I will never be that type of great man of God. I said I don't want to be. There are types. I don't want to be that type. That is my type. And I don't have human value. I have a God value. Two of them are not the same thing. That's why when I go to Galilee, I don't go out of the camp. I don't go anywhere. Nobody visits me. And that's my village. When I enter there, I've entered there. When I come out, I'll come back here. So are you not surprised? Huh? Okay, why? I don't say anything. Why are you surprised? Huh? That?
Because like you said, that is your village. That is where you're from.
That's where I'm from.
Yes, sir.
And I've already become that big. They talk about the place. They invite me to so many places. They're even afraid of calling my name. And I grew up there and I didn't grow up in that ship. I grew up in that village. And the camp is already wrecking the place. So why are they not inviting me? I created a pattern that tell them that this is the way I am. They saw it. They saw this pattern for 30 years. How many years? 30. It's not that I created it and started changing. No, hey, look, you were there. Is there anybody that said that we are in the same house together now? Did they say that is that? Huh? No. They don't even invite me to come and preach to them. They don't. They do crusade around now. They don't. They invite other preachers. They don't invite me. Because the first time they made an attempt to invite me like 20-something years, I didn't even. When they came to invite me, I didn't see them. I thought I'm not seeing them. Because I am not that type of preacher. I don't want to look for something I worked. That is my sense. I say I don't want to look for something that I worked. I want to work something and I know where it is. So I don't preach to the air. I don't preach to the air. 41:38. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such that this man, a man? And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, as much as God has
shown thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as.
That is what is called discreet. It is a character that interprets single eyes. He said, nobody is discreet like you. And that is what made Joseph a prime minister. What made him? Yes, made him a prime minister. All great men, it made Jesus King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Do you know? I'm about to switch now. When we are praying, there's so many things pastors have done. They say, sometimes we command you, we want miracle, we declare this, we got this. Excuse me, these things we are looking for. That's why I stopped the prayer. They are not as important as what we are becoming. You don't become great by prayer. You produce a model. I say you produce a model of greatness. Hey, the man that God put all things under him had a form. He had a form. The man has a form. God didn't put things under his effort because he was waiting and praying. God put things under the power of a form. So that even when the man is sleeping, the man is still in charge. Because the man is irreplaceable. Wait, George, should I go to it? Let me read it last in this. Psalm 8. From 3. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, yes. What is man that you are mindful of him?
And the Son of Man that thou visitest him.
And the Son of Man that thou visitest him?
For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels.
Yes.
And hast crowned him with glory and honor.
And thou puttest
him dominion. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hand.
Yes.
And hast put all things under his feet.
May God bless you for hearing it. For hearing that Psalm 8. Your prayer should be, you should be worthy for things to be put under your feet. It's a worthiness. You see, because God will not commit dominion to prayer. That is why we have so many men of God and God is still angry looking for somebody. You see, because the church is worrying God about giving them something from prayer instead of worthiness. If you go out now to Nigerians diminishes their personality for things. If you go to any society that is begging, any society that is beggarly, they lose structure of value for things, and they don't recover. Some people has master's degree, and behave like idiots. But they have certificate. The certificate does not count on their character, on value. I said does not. And because it doesn't count on character, whatever certificate they have is a shame to them. There is a kind of attention you will give to yourself. God will start interpreting tomorrow to you. And this is my last advice on this course. Don't hand your life over to faith that doesn't have light. Hand your life over to proper planning. That's why I don't get stranded. Proper planning. Because faith should be controlled by knowledge. Pharaoh said to Joseph, nobody is desperate like you. So you're supposed to be a prime minister. That is, it is somebody like you. I will hand Egypt to. Not somebody who is erratic. When you start seeing, you don't take decisions, abrupt decisions. When you start seeing. And your value is measured in it. When you have eyes, when the devil is coming to you, you will know he's coming. And you will know the path is following. Because your sight is not confused. I thought somebody should thank God for what I just said. Somebody said something is swelling. If something has to swell physically, you should know when it came spiritually. I said you should know when. Yes. Somebody came to you and say, "Hey, I dreamt a dream. I dreamt a dream where says something happened." Why will something happen to you suddenly? You're a child of God. If your eyes is single, why will something happen to you suddenly? That somebody is seeing it. How can somebody see it outside you? If you have eyes, when shadow is forming around you, can't you see shadow forming around? A shadow is forming around your life, and somebody is an answer that you see it. It's not possible. If an outsider see your shadow, then you're not living. So where every life have eyes. So when they want to touch your life, why didn't you see what about the eyes of your life that they want to touch? Your eye is supposed to see when when somebody is trying to touch you. Because your life have eyes. And then another person is using his eye to come and see your life. Your life is not possible. Church, is it great? I told him in the morning. I said, there is no great man that doesn't have great company of spirits. That doesn't have there's no great man without great company. And I want to say one more thing about it. You cannot live a cheap life and be keeping company of great spirits. So if you're going to keep company of great spirits, you are going to live in a very great way for spirits that are great to be with you. And the only way they can be with you is when you have single eyes. Somebody said, I need eyes. If you need to eat food after this service, and you've been around since morning, that should be planned. God does not forsake his people. He will not. He doesn't. Make your life, make your convictions clear to him. And then if he has not answered, don't move. That doesn't mean he's not watching you. The 7 eyes that made the safe path of the Lion of Judah possible. The 7 eyes that made the birth of the Lion of Judah possible. That is my course number 2. The 7 eyes that made the self-birth of the Lion of Judah possible. Now, God gave birth to himself because God has ability to look steady at himself. That is how he gave birth to himself. Now, what you give attention to determines what you give birth to. What you keep looking at. The difference between the lion and the lamb is attention.